Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yes, sir. Rah. Good evening, world, and welcome to another episode of Bandog Talk with the Dog God. And it is brought to you by the one and only Formula One K9s. Okay, that is me. Okay, the chief engineer. Okay, the brand ambassador. Okay, the dog god, aka the coach. Welcome. We're gonna have a great cook up, a great discussion this evening about drive. Okay, specifically two drives. All right, specifically two drives when it comes to these band dogs. And as I'll make sure I'll have scrolling in the little ticker there below. But I want to talk about these two drives in particular tonight: offensive drive and defensive drive. Okay. Because, a lot of people don't know the difference. And maybe they do, but they don't really understand like which one is important when you have a band dog, right? Especially the way I cook my dogs up. I don't know how everybody else cook their dogs up, but this is band dog talk with the dog guy. So this is from my perspective. You know what I mean? No one else's perspective. I'm not here to critique anybody else's knowledge on their band dogs. However, when it comes to what I'm cooking up genetically as a band dog, you know, there are two drives that I need to look at in my lab work. I need to understand in my lab work and my recipe before I, produce the dog. I need to understand which drives will be in the forefront. And the two drives we're going to talk about tonight is offensive and defensive drives. Okay. Hey, salute, Frank. You know what I mean? Welcome, man. Welcome back, brother. You know what I mean? Hey, we about to get into some good information here, this evening. Like I said, we're gonna talk about these drives and we're gonna break down the differences between the two. Like we're gonna break down what is an offensive drive, what is a defensive drive, you know, when to use an offensive driven dog, when not to use an offensive driven dog, you know, defensive drive, when to use it, like we're gonna dig deep into that tonight because these are the things that I think about in the lab. You know what I mean? When I'm in my mind drawing up dogs, you know what I'm saying? Especially band dogs, you know what I mean? Or AKA, like I like to call them man stoppers, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dig deep into it. However, before we dig deep, I always tell y'all, man, get comfortable. I had a long day of work, man. And I'm blessed enough to be able to do dogs full time. It's a lot of work and a lot of money. Um, and if you guys have dogs, you can relate to what I'm saying. I have 30 plus dogs, so you can imagine how much money I spend on my dogs, how much time I have to put into the dogs. But it's a full day, man. You know what I mean? And not only that, social media, making time to do this podcast, content, I mean, I have to make sure I make time for my wife and what I mean, like your family and stuff like that, because I'm so busy, man. I'm so busy. So wind down. If you like the herbal sensations, I call it herbal sensation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Roll you up something to relax your mind, calm your nerves if that's what you into. Um, get you a cocktail if that's what you into, get you a beer, whatever, get you a drink, something where you can calm down, relax, have an ear to hear the information this evening, you know what I'm saying, coming from me. Because I'm giving y'all in the field experience because I'm a player coach, real life. Like I play the game of doing the dogs, like I play the game of being a dog man. And then I also coach it as well. You know what I mean? Like I want to give back to those who, are in the field, learning in the field, because that's how we grow. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, relax. Salute, Jerry. Man, blessings to you, man. Thank you for coming out this evening. You know what I mean? We got a good cook up tonight, man. We got a very good cook up tonight. So, like I said, get comfortable. Take you a sip. I'm about to take me a sip right now. Kind of calm my nerves, man. I had a long day. I had to discipline one of my dogs, and I hate having to do that. It's like when you're dealing with your children, right? You give your kids so many chances because you don't want to discipline them. I grew up in a heavily strict uh 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 childhood, right? My father was in the military, so he was strict drill sergeant to me and my brother. So, his discipline was without no explanation. You know what I'm saying? We do something wrong, you know what I mean? It's punishment, ass whooping type stuff. You know what I mean? So me growing up that way, I understand it now as a man, but as a child, I never understood it. So dealing with my dogs, I do not like having to discipline them, even though because I've been disciplined my whole young life to, you know, adult life, right? There's rules that you have to abide by. Man, I had to discipline one of my dogs today. And I felt bad, but at the time I didn't feel bad because I was very upset. Man, she made me very upset. That bitch had me cursing and all kind of stuff. So I need this stiff drink that I'm about to sip on before I get into this conversation, man. So, like I said, man, get comfortable. If y'all in the field, y'all at work, just plug me in. Just have an ear to hear. You know what I mean? Just listen to the information. Because that's what this podcast for me is about. That's why I decided to do it because I wanted to give out the information. I don't feel like a dog man with my type of experience should just be hoarding this type of knowledge, in the field knowledge. Not no speculation, not from what I heard from somebody else and all this other stuff. This is live in the field, blood, sweat, and shit. Excuse me, tears, blood, sweat, and dog shit. Like this is live information. What I'm learning as I'm dealing with multiple multiple warrior type dogs, multiple different personalities, what I'm saying? Cooking up these type of dogs and learning from experience. So I'm gonna take this drink and then we're gonna dive, deep into it, deep into this conversation here. But like I said, man, salute to hey, salute. Thank you guys for coming out. Like I said, this is new. It's a new frontier. I'm not saying that there's nobody else talking about band dogs. However, ain't nobody talking about band dogs like me. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the engineer's perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy who masterminds the band dog and deals with the data after you mastermind the band dog. Like I'm giving y'all a perspective just in case if that's something that you guys want to get into, you can get into the mind of someone like myself who's going to give y'all data. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all real live data. Not like I said, I'm not making it up. I'm not copying nobody else's spreadsheet, data sheet, looking at somebody else's program. I'm going strictly off of what I'm doing, man. So hopefully you guys can, learn from this real talk. So let me give me one more sip of this. I'm sipping on I keep it simple, man. That's one thing about the coach, aka the dog guy, man. I keep it simple. You know what I mean? There's so many things that's complicated in life. So the simpler I can keep it, the method of following the KISS method that I live by, keep it simple, stupid. It makes my life, a bit more manageable because the things that I do are difficult. Real talk, even though I try to keep it simple, if that makes sense. So I'm sipping on a vodka lemonade. You know what I mean? Just something simple. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy, nothing extravagant, but it calms my nerves to be able to, what I mean, take my mind off of all the damn, the field play I was dealing with. Like I said, having to discipline my dog, man. You know what I mean? Like that bitch. And I'll tell you, man, matter of fact, I'll speak on it. So before I tap in, I'll tell you what happened today. So I have a band dog, and I spoke about that particular band dog that I created. I call it an AK-74 band dog. And those of you who know what that is my double XL pit bull freaking nature AK-47 chopper, freaking nature, man. Freaking nature. You know, that boy's 3 years old. He'll be 4 years old 2024. So, he's young, you know what I mean? He's in his, he's not even in his prime yet. You know what? That's 21 in human years. So, he's a little young stud. You know what I'm saying? So he's still developing in front of my eyes. Every day that I see him, he's amazing me in his growth and his maturity and his mindset. You know what I mean? But he's still a young dog. You see what I'm saying? So I made a band dog out of him called an AK-74. You know what I mean? Shout out to one of my followers on IG for giving me the idea, probably about a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? He mentioned that to me, and I salute you. I don't remember who you were, but I salute you for that, because this ties into what I'm talking about. So one of my young, and it's a female, one of my young AK-74, actually she's the only female I had, actually. She's the only one. She's the only one female. So this female, okay, salute RKBB. I mean, much love and respect, man. Welcome, man. Thank you for coming back, man. We're going to cook up real nice tonight. I know you can appreciate this information too tonight. Kind of breaking down, not kind of, I'm breaking down what happened to me today with my AK-74 band dog bitch. Her name is Nina. So I'm doing my, my routine, my day-to-day routine of taking care of the dogs. It's a lot of work. One-man band, I do everything. Okay. Everything. I do it all. So I'm coming down to the 4th tier. That's, I do the 4th tier, and then I go back up to the 3rd tier, and then I close out with that. Then I take care of the puppies. But anyway, I'm coming down because I live on the hills. I got tiers, right? How my kennel setup is, position. So anyway, I come down, y'all, and they all talk to each other. The dogs, how they pack. I understand dog now. I've been around enough dogs. I understand how they communicate and what's going on. They telling everybody that, oh, it's daddy. You know what I mean? I'm dad to them, right? Daddy's coming, right? So then as soon as they know I'm coming, right, I have some jumpers, and that's, a combination between AK. And if y'all know who AK, I've shown y'all how AK got vert. His vert is ridiculous. He can literally, if I didn't have a top over his 5x10 kennel, he can literally vert out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much hops he got. He can vertical jump, no run jump, just he can vertically jump out of that 5x10 kennel, because that's just what he is, right? He's just that type of freak of nature. Now, the mother of that female, Nina, the AK-74 band dog, her name was Nina. Rest in peace to her. She had the same type of vert game as AK. You know what I'm saying? Her and her sister, Prima Donna, they vert is crazy. You know what I'm saying? A dog that could just jump without running, just literally just jump up and clear 5 feet, like this crazy shit. So she's got the combination. Nina, the female I'm talking about, got the combination of AK athleticism, vert, and her mother's vert. And her rears are just massive, right? Superb angulation, massive rears. Like, her ass is, you know what I mean? Like, you look at her rear end, you like, damn. But I mean, it shows because that bitch is like a kangaroo. You know what I mean? So anyway, I go down, and she's always been jumping up like that, and I got a roof over my kennel, the 10x10 I have her in with her, not that's not her sister. I would say that's her half sister, because they got the same daddy but different moms. So anyway, I'm coming down, and I'm looking down at the 4th tier, right? Because I can see down, because I'm on a hill. I look down, and I see that bitch done toward the front of the kennel, or excuse me, toward the front of the roof, because it's a tarp thing, right, that I got over the 10x10. She tore it, and then she's like on the top of it trying to climb out. So I see her doing it, and I'm like screaming at her like, no, bitch, because I'm mad that she's tearing up my roof. That shit costs money, right? So I'm looking at it, bitch, and that bitch is like, she's climbing out. She jumped up to the top. She already tore a spot where she can fit her head through. She's jumped up, climbed out. Okay, climbed out. Now, it's got some height to it. So she climbs out, smacks her face on the little payers that I have, right? But you know, them dogs don't feel no pain. My dogs don't feel no pain, by the way. Bam, smashes her face in right to the ground because she jumps out and she's running around. So now she got the whole kennel in chaos. You know how it is when they see they see somebody out and they not out. Man, that fourth tier is going ham over there. Everybody's screaming, hollering, jumping because she just running loose. So now I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed, y'all. I'm cursing. This bitch, I'm so upset because she tore, she tore my tarp, and them 10 by 10 kennels that I got them, what I mean, so-called steel bar ones, the gel bar ones that's supposed to be able to sustain, you know, high drive dogs like mine, even though my dog Shaka showed me that them steel bars ain't shit because he pulled one of them off, he bends them with his jaws. So anyway, I'm mad because she tore my tarp, but then she jumped out and escaped. So now I'm just like, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So I'm pissed, man. I'm so pissed. Now, I don't like disciplining my dogs, like I told y'all, because they like my kids. You know what I'm saying? I like to be able to talk to you, tell you why, no. But now I'm pissed because she tore my tarp off and then she jumped out. Now she got the whole fourth tier, this animal house, man. Everybody going crazy because they're like, bitch, what you doing out? You know what I mean? Like, so I can read my dogs. I already know. They looking at her like, bitch, why you out? You know what I'm saying? So now it's just chaotic down there. It's chaotic, man. So now I'm pissed. I go down there. I got my four-wheeler. I go down to the fourth tier, come up there, and I'm so angry. I'm so angry that this bitch jumped out. But not only that, I'm not angry that she jumped out because I know she has the ability, right? I'm angry that she tore up my fucking, excuse my language, y'all. I'm working on my cursing, by the way. You know what I'm saying? This is just my own personal thing. I'm working on my language because I feel like what you speak, what you put out there really, shows who you are. You know what I'm saying? And even though I deal with field play of frustration, which that's what I'm talking about right now, I don't want to project that out to others, who interact with me. I don't want to project that type of energy out. So I'm trying to work on my cousin. So I apologize. So anyway, I'm furious, y'all. I'm furious because that kennel I got a deal. What we got? What my wife? What was it? Costco, because we Costco member. My wife, she's good at salute to my wife, man. She knows how to find deals. So that 10 by 10 steel type kennel with the roof on it, tarp, cost me about a stack, and that's the deal that I got. That's a deal for that, by the way, $1,000. That's $1,000 deal. So now I'm counting like, you just tore my damn tarp up trying to escape. Not trying to escape, but you tore my stuff up. So I'm furious on that because I'm counting the money that I'm spending to give them that type of life where they got a tarp to protect them from the elements, whether it be sunshine, rain, sleet, hail, snow. They got, she living in luxury. She got a 10 by 10 she can run around in, but she tearing my shit up. So man, I go over there, man. I grab the bitch. I go in there and I'm in it. All the dogs know it's, my dogs know me. They know I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's kind of curring up a little bit because they see me coming in there and I got the energy. I mean, I go straight to her. She starts, as soon as I come in, she curred up because she know what it is. Man, I grabbed that bitch. I grabbed her. I picked that bitch up and she's about a year old. She's probably like, I don't know. What is that bitch? Probably like maybe she might be 65 pounds maybe now. Okay, 'cause she's still a baby, a year old. She a baby, man. Man, I picked that bitch up and I took her across that whole 10 by 10 kennel, y'all, man. And I took her whole body and just drug her around that whole thing. Brrr. You know what I mean? Like you take a stick to the bars and be like, I took her whole body to that whole 10 by 10 and just ran her around that whole thing. Brrr. Took her to the top of it. Pushed her head up to the top of it, like how she was jumping up there. I got like a little stick that I use now. Now this is me. That's how I deal with my dogs, right? Because I deal with them with energy. Because if you hit your dog, my dogs is tough, man. That don't really do nothing. That they hit them, they ain't going. They might even give you a little. My dogs can take some pain. You know what I mean? Like real talk. So I do it with energy. That's how I did. That's how I discipline my dog. I discipline them with energy. So I gave her so much energy of like force, pushed her up against the thing, ran her across the whole 10 by 10, corner to corner. Then I pushed her up to where she was jumping up and I held her up there and I was like, bitch. That's how upset I was, y'all. That's how upset I was with that bitch. So hey, before I get into, let me take this drink, man, so we can get into the topic at hand. So anyway, she caught my drift, if that makes sense at the end of the day. But I don't like having to do that. But when you're dealing with killers like I got, they can kill each other. If they got onto a man, they can kill a man. They need to understand discipline because that's how they deal with each other in the pack. So I didn't want to have to do that, use that energy. It was an energy play because like I said, I'm not going to hit my dogs because it don't do nothing to them. I done broke sticks over them, broke boards over them, man. Nothing. I don't get no nothing. Yeah, they'll cower because they know where the energy coming from, but they just take that, you know what I'm saying? So I had to give her the energy that I wasn't pleased with her. And she felt it. She understood it. And so I had to move her into another area, and her and her sister into another area where it's like, okay, this one, you're going to have a harder time tearing this one down, bitch. But anyway, let me take a sip and we're going to get into the subject matter at hand. But this is what you deal with when you got killers like me. You know what I'm saying? You deal with dogs that are very clever. When you create dogs that are superior in athleticism, you deal with dogs that are able to jump out vertically, not climb out, vertically jump to the top, out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I created in the lab. Dogs like that. So I can't get mad, but at the same time, I can't have that, especially when I'm spending that type of money for my dogs to have a nice 10 by 10 and pathers on the ground so they don't get dirty and it's all nice and clean and have a tarp over top so they got shade in the sunshine and when it rains, all that luxury condo dog life that they live. You know what I mean? I was very pissed today. So anyway, let me sip on this and we're gonna get started. All right, y'all. So offensive drive or defensive drive, which drive is better? All right. Now, I'm going to say a lot of dog men and dog women, if a dog is in a fearful state, let's just say they're in a we're not going to say fearful, cautious. We're going to give a dog a benefit of the doubt because a lot of people don't understand a dog psyche. They don't understand the psychological mindset of a dog. But if a dog is in a cautious mentality, cautious, and it kind of hesitates before it decides to growl or it decides to bite, they say that dog is fear driven. Okay. Now, is the dog really in fear? Or is the dog is thinking about what it wants to do before it does it? Right? The dog is using his brain that a lot of people don't use. They use their emotion, right? Let's say we in the streets, right? Situation go down, we get emotional, we react off the emotion. Maybe this dog that we might claim that is fearful is using his brain, thinking about what it wants to do before it does it, right? So to me, a dog like that is using its defensive mindset to initiate its drive. Okay? It's thinking before it decides to react. It's easy for a dog, especially a high-driven dog, to react. Especially if we agitate it, right? Early bird, agitation work, right? Y'all know about that, right? You agitate the dog. You promote that in its psyche. I agitate you, you growl, I say good boy. You snap, I say good boy, right? However, a lot of dogmen who are trying to, encourage these type of drives, right? These drives to attack, whether defensive, offensive, right? When a dog is cautious, remember, not fearful, cautious about biting, they say, oh, he's a fear biter. Oh, she's a fear biter. Really? Is that really what that dog is doing? Or is that dog really thinking like, there's no threat here? There's no true threat. You're trying to tell me is a threat, but in my dog instincts, right? Because we got to think for the dog too. There's no true threat. And I don't really want to bite something that's not really threatening me. So then I might be cautious instead of, let's say, fearful of that. Now, if you like we talk, I mean, we always know this. You should know this, but if you put a cat, dog, any animal in a corner and force it to react, then of course it's going to react, right? You might put it in a fearful situation where it's like in the dog's mind, it's like, oh, I can't do anything other than to bite. Is that dog doing something wrong when you put it in that situation to defend itself? To me, no. To me, no. Because that's how we got to think as humans, right? You're right. If you're an offensive minded human being when it comes to aggression, right? You're going to be looking at any situation in your life that counters what you want. Soon as you see that counter, you're going to attack. Right? You're not going to think, but you're just going to attack because it's countering what you trying to push forward. That's not a good thing to be, or a person to be. As a human, you're going, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be in a lot of fucked up situations. Excuse my language. Y'all know I'm working on that. You're going to be in a lot of messed up situations, y'all. Same thing with a dog. A dog can't tell us in language how it feels. We got to read the dogs. That's our job as the dog owners, right? Or for me, like the person who created the dog, I need to understand what the dog is thinking. I need to pay attention to its mind state, reading its body language and what the dog is trying to tell me energy wise. So when I see a dog cautious, not fearful, not put in a situation where I instigated to react, but is thinking about, should I warn this, whatever it is, animal, person, whatever? Should I warn it by my body language? Should I, you know, snip at it to let it know, like, hey, don't come any closer. Hey, I don't like this. Or should I just see the energy I don't like, bite, attack? Right? This is what I want to talk about with y'all tonight. Okay. Offensive drive, right? The offensive drive is a dog that some dogs automatically have this. It's not a good thing to have in a band dog. Now, remember, y'all, I'm speaking from my perspective. I'm not speaking from no one else's perspective but mine. Because I deal with dogs. I'm in the field with these damn dogs. So I can only tell you what is live in the field. I'm not telling you what, like I told y'all earlier, I'm not telling you what I heard or what somebody else is doing. I'm telling you what I'm seeing with my own dogs. Okay. There are some dogs that like confrontation. I have a few dogs that like confrontation. They look for it, offensive. They look for it. Okay. I actually have, and I've mentioned this before in the podcast, I have an American bully. His name is Cowboy. Okay. He's not a band dog. Not even how he's bred. He's not even bred like a band dog. Okay. But in his psyche, he's offensive minded. Now, I didn't do that to him, but I know what did do that to him. This is me learning in the field, packing dogs up. Okay. I have two bullies that were older than him that I packed him up with. That's why I don't ever pack. I mean, it depends on the dogs now. Certain dogs I might be able to do it with because I'm learning in the field now, but I never pack a puppy up with older dogs. This is my lesson. Cowboy is my lesson in the field, y'all. So I take a puppy and I take dogs that's probably like maybe 8 months to 9 months older than him. And then I take him and I pack him with these two dogs. Now, there's an alpha dog and then there's a beta dog in that pack, the two pack. And they're the same age. Okay. I take my dog, Cowboy, and I pack him in that pack. Now, Cowboy is a puppy. Puppies are very impressionable, like a child. He's in the pack. The pack teaches each other. And of course, they're going to teach the puppy. Now, Cowboy don't know any better. He just kind of like, a puppy. He's impressionable. The alpha dog, what happens to be goat, is very aggressive. And anything that the puppy does, he treats the puppy like he would treat any other dog. Well, I don't care how big you are or small. He going to punk you and check you. So that pack dynamic groomed the mind state of Cowboy. Now, Cowboy is who he is genetically. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I just get him as a puppy. I don't know what he is genetically as far as his temperament. But him having to defend himself from bigger dogs, him not liking to defend himself from bigger dogs, him having to finally react and fight back. Okay. Him seeing that he can, have leverage, even though he's smaller, because when they finally had that, that confrontation, that pack confrontation, when he was old enough to feel himself, I would call it, it was a battle. Luckily, I was there to see it and I was there to break it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was there to break it up. It was bad. It was bad. It was bloody. It was a bloody battle. My younger dog, Cowboy, to Goat, the bully, the alpha. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? Now, Goat don't care because that's his energy anyway, right? But then what that did to the psyche of Cowboy by, which we're talking about him, what it did to his psyche because he's learning is that, oh, I can put damage on you too. Matter of fact, you know what I mean, you shook me up, whatever. I shook you up, you shook me up, and I can take the pain. So once he tasted that blood in the battle and he felt what he was scared of, or I would say cautious of, because he was thinking earlier when he was younger, he was thinking, I'm not trying to get in, I'm too small. He's using his brain. Then he felt the wrath of a battle. He actually liked it. You know what I'm saying? Like he was uncertain of it, y'all, but he liked it, right? He liked it. So from that point on, once he got his first taste, and then he comprehended what it was physically, mentally, then he became offensive. It shifted. That first fight shifted him to looking for the action. Attack was his mindset after that first fight. And to this day, Cowboys, what, 3? I think Cowboys ordered an AK. Cowboys probably like 4.5, almost 5. He's always on attack mode, y'all. He's always offensive. Ever since that, from being cautious to not knowing to now, it's like whoever comes that he doesn't know. Person, dog, I don't care whatever, squirrel, he's looking for the fight. He's looking for it. Okay. Now, for me as his owner, I have to contain that. Me, because I don't want a liability You understand what I'm saying? Even though someone who like dogs like that, and if you're a responsible dog owner, you wouldn't like a dog like that. I love Cowboy, but I don't like his offensive ways, if that makes sense. When my friends come around, because they love to see the dogs, as soon as they come, the pool guy comes and he likes to feed the dogs little treats and stuff because they don't want to get bit. As they go and see the dog, try to be friendly. He comes to Cowboy and he tells me, he's like, man, your dogs is cool over here because he only comes in my area. He's not around. He got the Frenchies over there, and then he had Cowboy over there because that's when I had him over there in where my pool was. I had him in a 10 by 10. He's like, that your boy Cowboy over there. I can't. I'm not. I mean, he don't. I try to give him a treat. He look at me and he growls at me. He don't even. I can't even come near him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm scared of Cowboy. And I was like, yeah, Cowboy kind of off. You know what I mean? Now that's what I called him because I knew where it came from, but I just told him just to kind of be cautious for him, my pool guy, like he's kind of off. So I'll just leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about everybody, the Frenchies and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah, they're cool. Cowboy, he kind of off, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm telling y'all is the drive, okay? Offensive drive. Cowboy is looking for action. He's looking to attack. He's not defending anything. He felt himself in that battle, in that first battle he had, something invigorated that I want to, I want to hit, I want to bite you. I can take a pain. Oh, you might not be able to take it like me, but I can take it and I can give it. Like that in his mind, that clicked in his head. So anything that he feels that's coming toward his area, it's automatically I'm gonna attack first. Versus, hey, hey, the pool guy want to give me a treat. Let me accept his treat. You know what I mean? Like he don't care about the energy that's being projected toward him. The first mind click in his dog brain is attack. Like, shit, I'm not gonna be bullied. Like in his mind, like I'm not gonna be bullied. Like, hold on, the pool guy just want to give you a treat. His mind is offensive attack, offensive drive. You know what I mean? And this is a bully. Now, this ain't even a Bandog. This is a bully. So, Cowboy was my first true lesson of me owning a dog. Okay, now I've had other dogs that were very prey driven, offensive mindedness, right? A lot of pit bulls are that way, right? My girl Buffy the Body, which is a pit bull that I produced, was very offensive minded in the prey drive. I mean, that's a pit bull kind of trait, right? We know that. Performance pit bull, that's a trait for them to go prey see it, go get it, right? But I've never owned, what I mean? This is my first dog I've ever owned that anything, bird, like I said, bird, squirrel, me, my wife, and really me, my wife, you know what I'm saying? We cool. But the other dogs in my camp, it is attack. I bring my partners over. Like I told you, my partners love to see the dogs. And a Cowboy is a nice looking dog. So everybody want to go see Cowboy too, just like the pool guy. Soon as they come, Cowboy got the, how the dogs do. They posture. He got the posture. He looking at you dead in your face. And then he got his lip. He got that snarl. He got his lip up. He's like already ready. If he didn't have the 10 by 10 I had him in, it'd be, he wouldn't even do that. He just hit you. Like, who's this? Deal with you then, and then subdue you, and then he's cool. Okay. That was my first experience of owning a dog that's always on attack mode. It doesn't matter, man, prey, whatever. Now, thankfully, I'm a responsible dog man, and I have him in a containment position where, when he hits the fence, he's hitting the fence. He's not hitting, he's not in a position where he can attack another dog, where he can attack an animal, where he can attack a human. He's contained. Okay. But at the same time, I'm seeing this, I'm learning this as I'm seeing it in my dog. I don't like that. It's cool, right? If I was walking around in the hood or something like that, if I'm walking around in the streets, y'all, and this dog is flaring up on everybody, and I can boast on my dog being a killer and, whatever you want to boast upon when you have a dog like that. But when you know a dog like that can get you sued, a dog like Cowboy who is doing what he want to do, which is prove himself, and he wants to do it first. He want to bomb first on everything. He don't care. He'll go down and whatever. He'll go down, fall on the shield, whatever's in his mind. Okay, I'm learning. We learn our dogs over time. So whatever he's thinking, whatever. I'm going out on my shield. Screw what Daddy got to say. You know what I mean? Daddy gonna beat me. He don't like it, but at the same time, I'm gonna go out on my shield. That's a liability right there. A dog like Cowboy's mindset, that's a liability to us as owners of that type of dog. Because if he ever got loosed, oh man, thank God I ain't got a chip in his neck. Right? The dog chip where, they can find out who the owner is. If he ever got loose, he would be dead. He would kill, he would attack everything. He just attack anything and everything. Ain't nobody getting a hold of him. He's attacking. You know what I'm saying? You got to shoot that dog. A dog like Cowboy. That's an offensive driven dog. By the way, a dog like Cowboy. So boom, I learned about an offensive drive or driven dog, right? That is looking to attack anything first and then ask questions later, right? Then, okay, oh, you curred out. Okay, if I feel like letting you up, I'm gonna let you up. Oh, I'll let you up. You curred out. But anything though, y'all, okay, taps into the Bandog play, right? Because Bandogs are produced to be man stoppers and prey droppers. Excuse me, prey stoppers. Yeah, and prey droppers, but prey stoppers too. Man stoppers, and that's what I produce. Man stoppers and prey stoppers. But at the same time, I needed my dogs to have an on-off switch. So a defensive-minded dog, a cautious-minded dog is what I'm trying to produce because I don't want my dogs to be a liability, especially all the genetic fireworks I put in them dogs. Especially all the genetic fireworks I put in them damn dogs. So you guys need to understand the difference between an offensive driven dog and a prey driven dog. Excuse me, a defensive driven dog. Y'all need to understand the difference and which one is good for your program and which one is not so good for your program. Okay. Now you have to experience these different type of drives to understand them. Real talk. You have to experience it. You got to know what a dog is when it doesn't have an off switch. You need to know that by experience to appreciate a dog who is cautious, not fearful. See, I live on a hill in the woods, and I have mountain lions up here. I have bears up here. I have coyotes up here. I have bobcats up here. I have all kind of different animals up here. To see a dog who is cautious versus a dog who's offensive, I would hate to see Cowboy roaming my 6.5 acres and then he sees a bear. I would hate that to happen to a dog like Cowboy. Because you know what the dog like Cowboy is going to do? He's going to see a bear and he's going to attack. Now, in reality, right, That might be cool to some of you dog men. Oh, look at him try to attack the bear. You'll film it and all that shit. You'll be, oh, what a valiant dog. He's going to a bear and attack it. No, that's a stupid dog trying to attack a bear, right? That bear will eat cowboy, right? Think about it. Now, did that dog do me a service because he saw a bear on my property and he attacked it? No. No, it didn't, because that dog will be dead. I'll be burying that dog. Matter of fact, he probably eat my dog and my dog will be gone. I'll lose him. Think about it, y'all. I'll lose him. Okay. Now, watch this. If I put the on-off switch in a dog like Cowboy, let's speak about my band dogs. I put the on-off switch in them. So let's say one of my band dogs, let's say that dog I had discipline today. Let's say I put the on-off switch in her and she was defensive in her drive and she understood that, right? I went ahead, excuse the background noise, you know what I'm saying? My wife's washing the dog and I don't know why she decided to do that while I'm on the live or whatever. But anyway, excuse the background noise. But so let's say if I took my dog with the on-off switch and the defensive drive, her, that dog Nina, for example, let's say she got the drive and she sees the bear on my property. She should go up to the bear and give it a warning sign. Agitate the bear to scare the bear off my property. To have self-preservation in her mind to say, I'm cautious to this bigger animal to me, even though I'm not necessarily afraid. However, I can understand and comprehend through my understanding and my think of it. The dog got to think that this bear is bigger than me and it's not backing down. So why should I go after it and kill myself, sacrifice myself at the end of the day, right? That's what my dog need to understand. My dog need to bay that bear, intimidate that bear, but not attack it. Okay. That's what my dog needs to do. My band dog needs to do. She doesn't need to do what a cowboy would have did. Oh man, there's a bear. Let me run after and try to bite it. Oh, your little ass, what? You know what I mean? I don't care what kind of bite force you have. Come on, man. We know it's a bear. Couple swipes, a bite. Man, cowboy is rest in peace, R.I.P. I don't care how much heart it was or how much heart it had. It's dead. It's a dead dog. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So, defensive and offensive drive. Which drive is better? Okay. Which drive is better? Defensive drive. When y'all making band dogs, a dog that's cautious and is a thinker in the field of battle is what you want. Not a dog that wants to attack just because it wants to, because it feels like I want to attack. I'm going to attack. That's not the dogs that you want to create. Like I said, it's cool when you see a dog that's always on go. That's a cool thing when y'all see a dog always on go. But that's not what we're here to build. This is not putting dogs in the pit and making them game. And regardless of the situation, they just going to attack. This is not what we're doing with band dogs, y'all. These should be the ultimate personal and property protection dog. I'm not even going to say personal. Family and property protection dogs. And they should have a brain to defense, not attack. They should have the mind state to defend, not attack. Because if that dog attacks somebody, guess who's getting sued? You. If your dog gets loose and goes into your neighbor's property and kills the horse and the goats and the sheep and whatever, because that's what it wanted to do, guess what? Guess who's going to get sued? You. You're going to get sued for that offensive minded dog because it wants to get it. It's going to get it. And guess what's going to happen to the band dog itself? It's going to be put on that list like the American Pit Bull Terrier. It's going to get put on that ban list. And if you know how to cook up band dogs like I know how to cook up band dogs, I mean, your band dogs is going to be a lot stronger, a lot more driven than that game pit bull. If you know how to cook them up like I know how to cook them up. So not only will it be able to decimate an animal, but it can do the same thing to a human being. Decimate, kill. So do you want that dog with all that ability genetically to just feel like it, if it wants to attack, let me attack? I feel like attacking. I'm going to attack. Do you want that dog to have that mind state with all that natural genetic ability to be able to conquer anything it puts his mouth on? No, no, you do not want that. You do not want that. If you're in the lab cooking up the level of dogs that I'm cooking up, you're taking warrior type, man, prey driven type dogs and mixing them. You do not want an offensive minded driven dog, offensive attack mode dog. You don't want that. It looks cool, but it is not cool. You guys heard me on previous episodes. When I tell my clients who buy my dogs, especially my band dogs, I tell them that first year, do not agitate this puppy. Do not stimulate his drive. Socialize this puppy for the first year of your ownership. Let it just be a dog, a family companion. Nurture that. It's a baby. Take its blank mental slate. It does not have nothing on its mind when you get it, other than what I put on it, which is just socialization and pack. That's all I put on my dogs, my puppies. When you get it from me, it understands a pack and it understands socialization with humans. That's it. That's what you get from me when my puppy comes to you. Now, you take it. This dog is, man, I stress it to y'all. I tell my clients, this dog is equipped genetically to kill. Genetically. That first year when it's a baby, you socialize it, you love on it. Don't worry if it's going to bite. Don't worry if it's going to, don't worry about the drive. It's in the dog genetically. Don't worry about that. Socialize it, take it out. Introduce it to this. Take it to Home Depot. Take it here. Take it to the dog park. Socialize it. Because I want you to put in this puppy mind that it's okay to just be a loving companion. So that when there's a threat and the dog can sense a threat, right? The dog senses is way higher than ours. We know that. You should know it if you're a dog man. If you don't know it, learn. A dog senses they're way more spiritual than even we are. So they sense the energy off the top that's negative. Okay. If that dog senses a threat to you and your family, that dog naturally, understand what I'm telling y'all, that dog naturally will know to defend you. I don't have to do agitation work to my dogs to make it want to defend me or my wife, especially my wife. Okay. My wife don't interact as much as I do with my dogs, but how she interacts with the dogs, how she interacts with them versus how I interact is different, right? You know how women are. If you got a woman like mine, she's very loving and all that stuff. Dogs love that, especially the male ones. But all the dogs love it. The females ones too. They love my wife. If anyone, I promise you, especially my grown dogs, my adult dogs, the females to the males, the foreign uppers, man, if you do anything to my wife, man, they'll kill your ass. Like they don't play when it come to my wife. I didn't teach them that, but they know just like how they are in a pack. They know who to protect and who not to. They know who is they know the hierarchy. If they love a pack individual or they love you or your wife or your kids, they're going to protect it naturally, instinctively. They're going to protect. I ain't got to do all that extra credit, right? Now, like I said, if you want to train your dogs, y'all, to do schützen and all that other stuff and certain type of bite on command, that's up to y'all, right? You can do that with your dogs, your band dogs. But genetically, if you cook your dogs up correctly, genetically, you ain't got to do no agitation work for that dog to protect your property and your family. If the genetics are there, all you would have to do is love on that dog, nurture the bond pack wise with that dog. If you have other animals, make sure that dog interacts with all the animals, whether you have chickens, rabbits, goats, horses, cows. Interact that killer dog that you have with all those animals so that it understands in his mind or her mind that this is my family. Any threat outside of what I know, you know, I'm going to have to defend. I'll defend a threat. Not okay, agitation. You know what I mean? Like that's like I said, that's cool depending on what you want to use your dog for. But to me, a a band dog is for family and property protection. At least that's what my band dogs are made for. You got land, you got a house, that dog's territory, defend. You got a family, kids, animals in that family, defend. That's what my band dogs are for. Okay. My dogs aren't bred to be police dogs. Now, if that's what you want to do with your dog, I'm sure you can take a dog like mine that I created and nurture the mind state as a puppy to be one of those. But that's not what I bred my dogs to be because I know their capabilities. If my dog bit a citizen, the dogs that I create, you know, what I mean, that bite is going to be bone crushing, right? It's not going to be a German Shepherd bite. It's not going to be a Malinois bite where, you might break some skin and, might tear a cartilage here or there or a ligament here or there. That's what you're going to get from a German Shepherd or a Malinois. But a cook up like what I cook up, like a AK-74 band dog or AR-15 band dog, a bite from one of them dogs is gonna crush your bones. It's gonna break some bone, and they probably might not want to let go in their mind. They might not want to let go because you're fighting them, and now you're a threat. You're fighting back, screaming and hollering and all that stuff, and they get excited about that, and they feel like, you know what, you're fighting back, so I'm gonna fight back even more. That might not be my band dogs might not be the dog for that. But if you want a family guardian and a property guardian and you socialize your dog that you get from me with all the entities of your family, all the animals, all the family members, cousins, aunties, uncles, moms, dads, grandma, you socialize them with all of them, right? Then you should get the result that I put in the DNA. Okay? Defend, defense. That should be what you should receive. Now, for those of you who think an offensive aggression dog is cool, if you bought a dog from me, agitate it from the gate. Get it, agitate it, put it in a corner, make it react. And I guarantee you, when that dog becomes mature in itself, because you've agitated it so much in his mind, once or she starts to understand who he or she is genetically, then that dog is going to see something, is going to perceive the energy, and is going to attack. And you might not be able to control it at the end of the day. Because once that dog understands its pain threshold, that it can take anything that you can give it, that it's willing to die on its shield for what it wants to do, the confidence of what it wants to do offensively, it's willing to take the L on its shield, then shame on you as the owner for encouraging an offensive driven or offensive aggressive dog. Shame on you. I hope y'all understanding what I'm trying to tell y'all. Which drive is better? I guess it's like, on the eye of the beholder, right? Or the dog man's perspective, right? Some dog men might like an offensive driven dog. Real talk. And that's your prerogative. That's your choice. You can choose to like that, right? But are we responsible dog breeders, especially when we're cooking up dogs that can really kill, not subdue, but kill man and prey? Is that responsible? Even though that might look cool, that might make you feel like your dog is macho because it wants to attack everything. Is that responsible? It goes back to me being Formula One canines, right? Formula One level being the highest level of racing when it comes to cars. You got the fastest cars in the world, okay? But everything is monitored. There's a computer response to every aspect of that vehicle, that car. And the individuals that's observing that data from that computer, if something is out of whack or something's to the extreme and it's not normal in the in the numbers or the performance, guess what happens? Guess what happens and what goes into the driver's headset when they monitor the computer, the analytics of what's going on with that dog when it's out of control, excuse me, the car when it's out of control. They speak to the driver, shut it down. Shut it down. Shut the car down. Bring it into the pit. Right? They control that maximum mobility. That should be our concept and our reality with these band dogs when we cooking these type of level of dogs up. Now, not everybody knows how to cook up these level of dogs. Real talk. A lot of people think just a mixed breed or a mastiff mix is a band dog. A lot of people do that. And like I said, that's your prerogative if that's what you want to call your dog. I'm not here to Talk about your dogs. But the dog god over here, I'm good at what I do. I'm an engineer with genetics. Got DNA I do. I really understand dogs mentally, spiritually, and physically. I understand dogs. I understand genetic mathematics, genetic characteristic mathematics. I really like high performance animals. I like high performance cars. I like high performance motorcycles. Even as a young man in sports, I was a high performance athlete. I understand the concept. So when I select my breeds that I decide to mix together, it's all performance based. And if y'all follow me, y'all know my concept and what I do is frames, brains, and motors. All three, one, two, and three. Y'all know how official I am with the three of them, right? Three times. Y'all hear me when I'm talking about the work, work, and more work. Three times. Three frames, brains, and motors. That's how I put together a performance dog. I like aggressive frames. However, they have to be functional for performance, but I still like them aggressive though. That's me. That's me as an artist. I want my frames aggressive on my dogs, but I need them to be functional. I need angulations and all that. I need deep rib cage for big lungs. I need my nares to be enough, but I need clear air passage, right? So that they can have a nice clear breathing and be able to cool themselves off because that's how dogs cool themselves off by panting. I need a dog that has a on-off switch that can think for themselves, that have dog awareness. I don't want a one trick pony, dog minded dog, attack, drive, bite, bite. I don't want a dog to just think one way. I want a dog that thinks frames, brains, and motors. Maybe some of y'all have never dealt with a dog that was a liability. So maybe you would never understand what I'm talking about right now tonight about offensive and defensive drives because you've never experienced it. You never had to worry about one of your dogs. Worry about one of your dogs. Maybe you never had that in your life. But I have multiple times. And it's not a good feeling, y'all. It's not a good feeling. I don't care how cool your homeboys might think it is about that dog. Or somebody on the internet might be like, "Oh man, that dog is hard." Oh, I don't care about what other people think. Because when something happens bad, guess who is going to be on? It's not going to be on the other people that was over there patting you on the back because your dog was so aggressive and so mean and so rah, rah, rah. They're not going to be there for you when the police come and you get arrested or you get sued because your dog decided to maim the neighbor's kid or kill all your neighbor's livestock or kill your neighbor's cat or kill your neighbor's dog, whatever. They're not going to be patting you on your back then. They're going to hop on the bandwagon that's shunning you. That's talking bad about you, how irresponsible you are. So when you creating these band dogs, you don't want an offensive driven dog. You do not want a dog that's looking for the action. This is not game pit bull type dogs where we in the pit fighting dogs, one trick ponies. That's not what a band dog is. If that's your mind state when you're coming into the band dog world, get out of it because you're gonna ruin it for those of us like me who understand what I'm cooking. I'm cooking a dog that will kill a nice sized animal and will kill a grown man. I'm cooking up dogs that genetically can do it, that will intimidate you off the look. The look of the dog will intimidate you. Like, oh shit, that dog is scary. But see, I don't want that to be the rep on my dogs that's coming from the dog god. I don't want that. Even though they might look, oh my God, I want you to be like, no, he's cool or she's cool. You can pet her. You can pet him. He's cool. Oh man, that dog looks scary. No, 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 no. He looks scary, but he's got common sense. He knows that you don't ain't a threat. He knows that your son and your daughter ain't a threat. He knows that that little chihuahua that's running his mouth around him ain't no threat. So he's not going to waste this, or she's not going to waste her time even giving the energy to that little chihuahua or your little kid that wants to pull on its tail or you who's kind of intimidated and scary. He or she is not going to give you the energy. They understand. They comprehend that you're not a threat. They only respond attack when it's time to defend. Hence, offensive, defensive drive. Which is better? Okay? Don't get caught up. When you're doing these band dogs, don't get caught up in all that, because that's what I'm noticing about the band dog, the band dog thing is like they let me see the work. They want to show you some bite work, some sleeve work, some agitation work. Come on, man. This ain't a Malinois. It's not. It's not a German Shepherd. Not the way I cook up my band dogs. It's not. Okay. I don't make my dogs for shits. So why I gotta show you my dog biting on the sleeve? Why I gotta take my puppy and do agitation work to make him mean? Why? I already know my dog can, I already know when that dog gets big and he starts to know who he with, or she starts to know who she is. Oh, if she want to bite you, she gonna kill you. Well, she bites you in your neck, she bites you in your face, she bites you on your arm, she bites you or he bites you on your leg, he bites you in your dick, excuse my language, he bites you in your ass. Oh, that dog's gonna put some work on you. It's gonna put some work in on you. I know it genetically. You know why I know it with my dogs? Because I see how they act with each other in a pack. I see when there's confrontation and they get agitated in their pack. And I see the damage that they do on each other, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Because me as the owner, right? Me as their daddy, I have to pay for the damages. You understand? Or I have to fix the damages. Luckily, hopefully I can fix it myself. I ain't got to go take them to the vet. But I see the damage that they inflict on each other when they defend. It's nothing nice. I can imagine if my dog decided to bite me for some reason and did what they did to the other dog that I saw them fight. I saw the damage that they did to each other. I'm like, oh man, my little human skin wouldn't be able to handle that. I see my dog AK-47, which AKA is, his name is the Bone Crusher for a reason. I see what he does to any bone I give him. There's no bone that can sustain his jaw power. None. I give him all sizes of bones, femurs, all kind of the knuckle, all kind of the joints. I give him he crushes them all down like it ain't nothing. Cracks them down to everything. He loves the bone marrow, so he cracking everything down to the bone marrow. He just crushing them. That's his jaw power. My human bone,
You know how delicate our human bones are, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how much milk you drink, right? You fall wrong, snap, crackle, pop. We see it all the time. I don't know if y'all have ever broken a bone before, but you're not going to be able to sustain a dog that can crush cow bones, whatever. Like your arm is not going to sustain that type of pressure. It's not. And you can hit that dog and slam that dog and whatever. Like I said, if you build them like I build them, you can slam them, you can kick them. That dog is not letting go. You have to choke the dog. You better have some good leverage underneath its larynx and put it in a choke hold or grab his throat to the larynx and squeeze it to where there's no air coming in, and then that dog has to release. That's the only way you're gonna get a dog like mine's off you. You better have so much willpower in your spirit, regardless of the pain that you feel, that you're going to be able to grab that dog and literally choke the life out of it so that it can release. Other than that, you ain't going to be able to hit my dogs and break them off. You won't be able to slam my 100-pound, 85-pound dogs around and think he going to let go or she going to let go. Because I see how they do with each other. How they, I'm sure y'all have seen dogs fight before. They do damage on each other. You think your little hitting, your little punching, your little kicking is going to do any damage to what another dog can do to it? No. Nope. Nope. So, you, if you're doing band dogs, you want to create a dog that has a defensive mind state, cautious, warning. Let the dog warn the intruder, the perp. Because, see, that gives you enough time to control your dog, especially if it's not a threat, right? Say a stranger comes up, like I said, your partner comes over, he ain't never been over your house. Your dog is mature, understands who he or she is as a dog. Understands, I don't know this person, I'm gonna check it first. I mean, don't you want your dog to give that person that's your homeboy or your family member a warning that you can check and you can be like, it's good, Fido, chill, chill, Fido. She cool. Your dog look at you in your eye like, cool, daddy? You look at her, yeah, cool. Then the dog like, okay. Then you tell your boy, come over here. Your dog's still kind of cautious. You know how dogs are. They're still kind of cautious because they don't know. Because your dog, the energy coming from that person is cautious. It's scary. So the dog's kind of like, well, uncertain about the energy. But you calming the dog down. Then your boy comes. You tell your boy, hey man, put your hand out, pet him. Pet him. You letting your boy know it's okay. Your girl know it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He can pet you. And then all of a sudden, the energy, the tension resides. It releases. The dog is relaxed. Now your boy can come over. But of course, your dog is watching them, of course, but he ain't attack or she ain't attack now. She's trying to feel that energy out. See, that's what you want your band dog to be like. Okay. That agitation is a two-edged sword, man. It's good for show. Or it's good for if you trying to have a dog that competes in that type of level of work. Schützen or something like that. That's good for that. You know what I mean? When you want to showcase what a dog can do. The agitation is cool for that. However, if you're not going to do that with your dog, that level of sport, Schützenwork type sport, don't agitate a dog that's already, like don't push a killer that's a killer. Don't push it. Because guess what? Guess what, y'all? Guess what will happen if you push a dog like that? When you're not there to say no, and something goes across or comes across this energy space that it doesn't like, guess what's going to happen? He's going to attack or she's going to attack it. And guess what? You're not there to control it or turn it off. Versus a dog that you nurture the off switch. The dog knows genetically what it can do, but it's thinking now. The dog is thinking. Is this a threat? Do I have to confront it? That's very important, y'all. Especially when you're making a band dog. When you're putting multiple different breeds of warrior type, protection type, performance type dogs together. We're experimenting in the lab, but we have to be responsible in the lab. Don't get caught up in the rah-rah, the show of these dogs. Don't get caught up in showing the aggressiveness of this dog. Don't get caught up in that. If you want to do that, that's on you. But I'm speaking from the field. I'm not speaking for just to show you, oh, look, my dog is mean. Look at it growl. Look at it show its teeth. Look at it bite. I don't need to show you that. I don't want my dog to bite you. I want you to be afraid to not even think twice about doing anything that requires my dog to bite you. That's what I want my dog to project. I want my dog to let you know that if you cross this line, you're risking getting your ass killed. I want my dog to project the energy that I'm going to defend. That's all I want my band dogs to do. If it doesn't have to taste a human blood or human flesh or break a human's bone, more power to me as the dog man. That my dog is defending without, you know what I'm saying? It's like brandishing a firearm or knowing that an area is armed with armed guards that you don't even fuck with it. Excuse my language. You don't even think twice to go there because there's armed guards there. That's what your band dog should be. It should project the possibility of attack. And hopefully that it doesn't, because you already know if your dog bites somebody, even though it might be protecting you, you know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Your dog's going to be in quarantine. You know, you have to fight. You have to prove it and all that stuff. Who wants to go through all that? Versus, you know, the perp comes around my property. They see my dog running across the fence and it's checking it at the fence. The perp's like, man, that dog look like it'll kill me. I ain't fucking with it. Excuse my language, y'all. I ain't messing with that. I ain't going there. That dog like it's going to kill me. My dog did his job. He never had to even bite the perp. Saved me a day in court. I'm walking my killer, you know, down the street because I want to take it for a walk, and everybody's intimidated because it's, you know, it looks so menacing, but the dog is chill. You know, the kids want to go and see it. Like, oh, you know how kids are. Oh, look at the doggy. The mom's like, no, 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 no. You looking at the mom like, hey, oh, hey, ma'am, no, my dog ain't gonna bite your child. Your dog can pet, you know, your child can come and pet my dog. And your dog knows that in his mind it's a child. You know that dog can kill that kid. But you've allowed that mind state of that dog to understand that a kid is not a threat. This is a kid. And matter of fact, your dog now likes kid because it likes attention, right? Your dog likes attention, loves your attention. So the kid gives it all the attention, all the stuff, plays, you know, grabs his ear, grabs his tail, wants to hug it and put it, you know, put his face against his mouth. The dog is chill, like, because it likes it too. That killer likes that energy. It'd rather have that than to be aggressive. Because when it turns on that other switch, it's serious. When it turns on that kill switch, it's serious about killing. You ain't going to be able to turn it off when it turns it on. So that mind state, which is the defensive mind state is what we want in these band dogs. Y'all understand what I'm talking about tonight? Because I mark my words, the band dog will be the next wave of dogs, especially in the times that we living in. And everybody wants something different. You know how it is. Everybody wants something next. They don't want the same. They want something different. The band dog will be that type of dog, especially if you know how to cook them up like I do. They'll have that look to have everybody like, ooh, ah. But then they'll do the work that everybody wants a band dog to do. When people buy my band dogs, they want them for the look and the work. They're intrigued by the abilities and the look. Okay? Because now people understand that, you know what? Not only do I want a dog to look cool, but I need to do a job. I needed to do something. I needed to protect me and my family. If I'm gonna feed this dog and have it in my house or have it on my property, it needs to protect me and my family. It needs to be a deterrent, as if like you have a pistol or a rifle. That dog needs to do that. And I wanted to look cool because everybody like things that look cool, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be, you know, dressed nice and have your partners and the females like, oh, you look nice. And oh man, I love them kicks. You know how it is. You drive up in your new car, whatever. You want your partners to sleep on, man, that's a dope whip. We like that. Same thing with our animals. We like that too with our animals. Oh, that's a nice dog. Where you get that dog? That's a nice dog. But not only that, when you got a dog that has that type of appeal, but it will do a job, which is a description of the band dog. The band dog is not a breed, it's a title of work. What it is bred to do, band dog. When you can say, hey, this is like, for example, you can say, hey, that's a AK-74 band dog, man. I got that from Coach or from the dog god over there, Formula One, man. Yo, that man, I ain't never seen nothing like that, man. Oh, well, you ain't never seen what it can do, too. You know what I'm saying? This dog protects me, my wife, my kids, my animals. You know what I'm saying? This dog ain't playing when it comes to the family. This dog don't play when it comes to the family. However, I can bring it anywhere. I can bring it anywhere. Now, at the same time, you still need to supervise a dog like what I'm talking about, my dogs. You still need to supervise it. That dog don't need to be anywhere unsupervised. It's like you having a weapon and putting it in the wrong hands, or you taking a gun and not having a safety on that thing. You know what I'm saying? You still need to be calm, have common sense as a dog owner. However, as long as you there and that dog understands the leader is there, the pack leader is there, and you dictate what it does, then that dog should be stable. Okay. Offensive, defensive. Don't ever produce a band dog with offensive drive, because you will regret it. Mark my words as I speak this on this podcast. You will regret selling a dog with offensive drive. You will regret owning a dog with offensive drive or offensive aggression or defensive aggression. You will regret an offensive aggressive dog. You will regret it. Now, some of you will have to learn the hard way, and that's fine. That's how life is, right? Some of us have to learn the hard way. Some of us don't know how to listen and comprehend and apply. So some of us are going to have to be like, oh man, screw what the dog god is talking about. I want my dog to be attack mode. Attack, attack, attack. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, brother or sister. That's what you like. Your prerogative. Don't say that the dog god didn't tell you. Don't say that I didn't tell you about it. because I did. Okay. I did tell you about it because I have experience on my own, as I stress it, with offensive minded dogs that like to kill and like to attack because they want to. Not because you tell them to, not because there's a threat, because they feel like it. I've had those dogs. I don't like those dogs. That's why I'm talking about this evening with you guys, because I do not like those dogs because they cost me more than they're worth. You understand? Whether they kill a dog on my own yard, whether they kill one of my dogs in my own pack that I have, whether that offensive minded dog kills one of my dogs, I'm not happy with that dog that's offensive driven. I want to kill it for killing one of my dogs. Let's say I have other animals and I have a farm and it gets loose and it kills all my chickens. I'm not happy that that dog killed all my chickens. Let's say I have goats. They kill my goats. Am I happy with that dog because it's got drive and it wanted to kill my goats? Am I happy with that dog because of the drive it has? No, because now that dog cost me. It costed me. It didn't benefit me for that drive. It cost me. And like I said, don't let it go into someone else's arena and mess things up and kill things in somebody else's arena other than yours. Don't let that happen. Then you'll really be crying, right? Then you'll really think twice, maybe three times about that offensive minded dog when you have to deal with the authorities because of it. It's not cool then, huh? So when you get into these band dogs, do not, do not promote an offensive minded, an offensive attack driven, an offensive aggressive dog. Do not promote that. Don't, because you're going to ruin what is the band dog. You're going to ruin it. You're going to put the band dog on the band of dogs list, just like the pit bull terrier is in a lot of different countries. You're going to make the band dog banned because the band dog will do way more damage than any pit bull will do. Way more damage than any pit bull will do because not only is it prey driven, but it's man driven. A pit bull should not be man driven, it's only prey driven. A band dog is both. Do y'all comprehend what I'm telling y'all this evening? So I hope y'all paying attention to what I'm talking about. And being that we're in the early stages of this band dog thing, and someone like myself is very excited that I'm in the early stages of it, I'm able to develop my own type of band dog. Okay. As I promote what I'm doing and I perfect my craft and I'm responsible for creating this level of warrior type dog, I need y'all to understand if you guys are going to get into this, you better have the same mind state as me. Because if not, you're going to produce some dynamite that you can't control, man, that you ain't got a timer that you can cut off and turn on. You ain't got that. You're going to create something that you have no clue that you creating. And then you're going to put it in people's hands that they don't even know what they have. They can't control it. Because you, as the band dog originator or creator, didn't think about that when you put those type of dogs together. or you was into the rah rah rah. You go on these band dog groups, and they say, hey, let me see it working, and it's the agitation work type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you think your band dog should be doing. So you get your, whatever, your Akita, this, that, your Bully Kuta, whatever, all these damn dogs, you start mixing them up, and you start, showing them being aggressive. You just created a time bomb. You have no clue what you created. Matter of fact, you just freestyling. Right? You freestyling. You don't understand how important it is to take that puppy that you created and nurture his mind state. Especially when you create a killer. You don't understand how important that is. So as soon as you get that dog, you start agitating it and making it mean. Because that's what you think a band dog is supposed to be. Okay. You'll ruin the damn community. You'll ruin the dog before, you'll ruin the whole play before it even takes off. Right now, we're not even in the takeoff stage of the band dog thing. We're still in the infant stages of it. It has the potential to take off. But we don't want to ruin it before it even gets any type of momentum. We don't want to ruin it because, like, at the end of the day, like, you're creating a weapon. We, because I'm in it too, are creating weapons. But they need to have companion. That needs to be the focus of that dog's mentality. That needs to be in that computer of that dog. When it feels extreme, it needs to say companion and shut off. That's called the off switch. It needs to say companion in his mind. Yeah, I can kill, but I'm a companion first. So let me think about what I want to kill before I kill it. Oh, there's a bear on the property. Let me go ahead and intimidate the bear and scare the bear off. Let me not go and attack it and kill myself. And then now I can't protect my family. I can't protect the property that I was bred for. Okay. Let me go confront the bear and antagonize it to run off. Let me use my athleticism to go ahead and bounce around it and not get in its way so it can kill me. Okay. Let me be cautious because that bear can kill me. Not, oh, attack. Oh, it's prey, attack. Oh, it's a threat, attack. No. It's a kid I ain't never seen, attack. No. Okay. Mom and dad came over for Christmas, attack. No. 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 That's offensive. That's called offensive drive, offensive aggression. Y'all understand the difference now between the two? Defend, caution, think, warn. Okay. Not forcing the corner, make it do. That's agitation. Agitation. Force it. Dog's like, man, you're not a threat, Dad. You know what I mean? Here, man, take this fucking, stick. I'm gonna hit you with it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pinch you behind your ear. I'm gonna make you growl at me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pop this whip. I'm gonna make you growl. I'm gonna make you want to bite me. We don't need to do that with band dogs. Letting y'all know that right now. You don't need to do that with a band dog. You want to do that? Go get you a German Shepherd or a Malinois or something like that. Go do that with them. That's what they've been doing that with for years. Use them dogs. Because like I said, when they bite you, you can survive them type of bites. Okay? Maybe some flesh wounds. Like I said, maybe some ligaments might get torn. But, you might not break no bones with no Malinois, no Malinois, no German Shepherd. But that's why the police use them. Because when they bite you as a perp, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to damage you that much. They're going to get you, though. You're going to feel that bite. You're going to have some puncture wounds, but, you know what I mean? They ain't going to break your leg off. They ain't going to crush your wrist where you'll sue the police, right? Where you can sue the police, right? See, the police don't want to get sued. They don't want liabilities. That's why they ain't using band dogs for their police dogs. because they don't want no That's why they're not using pit bulls for police dogs. They don't want no liabilities, right? But see, they train those police dogs to be offensive. Soon as that dog come out that motherfucking police car, it wants to bite. Soon as it come out, it don't even know you. The dog never met you, never smelt you before. Soon as he take it out, bite. That's offensive dog. Y'all understand that? That's an offensive-minded dog. Your band dog should not be like that police dog because of the damage that it will do to anything that it puts its mouth on. The damage it will do. Okay? So hopefully, I'm reiterating this. I'm emphasizing it. Hopefully, y'all understand the difference between offensive drive and defensive drive and which one is better when it comes to a band dog, not a German Shepherd. Y'all want that shits and stuff like I told y'all, go get y'all, man. Don't do band dogs. Y'all want a Shitson type dog? Y'all want a sleeve work type of dog? Go get you, like I said, a Malinois or them type of dogs they use for that. Go do those dogs. Showcase that. Showcase the bite work and stuff with them type of dogs. Do that. I know if a dog that I sell you bites you, if my dogs bite you, it's crushing something. It's going to crush whatever is biting. That's the pressure. That's the pressure. The drive is going to want to kill something. Okay. I'm not encouraging that mentality in a dog that's already bred that way. I'm not going to encourage that in a dog that genetically understands that it can do it. I don't have to do that to a dog like that genetically. And if you have experience with dogs in a pack and you see the damage, like I mentioned to y'all, if y'all got a chance to see the damage that I've seen with my dogs doing it to each other, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to receive a bite from that dog. I don't. I don't want to encourage my dog to think it's okay to bite me or bite another human. Me personally, I don't want to encourage it because I know it will. That's my point. I'm telling y'all. I know my dog will if it's threatened. That's what I'm telling you. I know my dog will attack if it is threatened. And I see the intensity of the battle, and it is vicious, man. It is vicious, and it's bloody, and it's nothing nice. And breaking them up is not easy. So me as an owner, do I want to encourage that? Me as the owner of those dogs I created, do I want to encourage that? Do I want to antagonize a dog and tell him, good boy? Do I? I'm speaking for myself. Want to encourage my dog, good boy, kill, keep biting, yes, bite, keep going, don't stop, annihilate, good boy. No, hell no. Will my dog defend? Do I want to encourage it when it defends? Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You ran that bear out of here. Good boy. You ran them coyotes out. You didn't even get one lick. They didn't even bite you not one time. They were scared of you. Good boy. That's what I'm doing. Good girl. That's what I'm doing for my dogs on my 6.5 acres in the woods. That's what I'm doing. Good boy. Because guess what? My dog's going to come back unscathed. I ain't got to pay for no vet bills or nothing like that. I can have people come over my house. I can introduce you to him. Yeah, my dog's going to be cautious, but you know what? He ain't going to try to attack you. Now, Cowboy's a whole nother play, y'all. But that, I'm working on him still. Okay. I'm working on him. However, my other dogs, they not like him. You know what I'm saying? But I can have somebody new come over. Let's say you wanted to, buy a dog for me. You want to come to the compound and see the dogs and stuff like that. I can let, AR-15, out. And, he ain't going to instantly think to attack you because you're a stranger. He's not going to instantly think that because he knows at the end of the day, I brought you here. And he can probably feel your energy without me telling you, or excuse me, without me telling him that it's okay. He can probably feel like you're not a threat. Oh, so the guy, you're scared of me more than I'm scared of you. That's what's going on in AR-15's head. So, he gonna play around with you, you know what I'm saying? He ain't even gonna see you as a threat. However, I've seen my dogs react to threats, whether it be in a pack threat, pack dynamics, or other animals that's on my property threat. I've seen them react when it's not cool. I didn't train that. And there's nothing that I did agitation wise that made them shift the switch shift. There's nothing that I've done to do that. That's just instincts, genetics. I can have my nephew come over and see my killer dogs, and my dogs see my nephew and don't growl at him and don't want to feel like they want to bite him. Well, my nephew is scared, how, because it's big dog. You know what I'm saying? My nephew, you know what I'm saying? He's like 10 years old. He's like, damn, Unc. I'm like, no, he cool. He cool, man. That nephew, chill, man. He cool. And my dog is wagging his tail. He wagging his tail because, he's like a little kid. He knows. The dog knows, oh, this is a kid. You know what I'm saying? Hey, kid, what's going on? That's how the dog is, in his mind to the child. Now, would I let my nephew around Cowboy without me? No. No. Because Cowboy don't care who it is. Offensive drive. Again. So, like I said, I just wanted to talk about that this evening. Hopefully, y'all understand what I'm talking about. I don't have to reiterate too much anymore. Um, if you're into band dogs, be aware of the drives that you put in your dogs. Be aware of it. Also, when you uh, are able to keep whole litters, normally if y'all building y'all foundation, y'all should keep the whole litter. If y'all cooking up F1s and F2s, F3s, y'all should keep your whole shit if you can, so that you can observe every single one and understand what you have in your band dogs. Okay. Understand them from a personality perspective, right? Temperament perspective. Understand them. You need to, hopefully you can keep all of them so you can analyze the dogs. And like I said, like I tell all my consumers that buy my dogs, okay, love on these killers, socialize these killers. Don't antagonize them for the first year. Don't instigate them for the first year. Just do basic obedience type of stuff. Sit, stay calm. You do some potty training, do some potty training, do some fetch, maybe do some little tug of war. You know what I'm saying? Get them, find something that motivates them. Little stuff like that. That's it. Other than that, socialize, take them out, introduce them, let people pet them. It's okay. Yeah, I know you want this dog to protect. It's okay for the first year to let that dog just be a loving, playful dog. It's okay. It's a child. Encourage that when when you're dealing with these band dogs. Encourage that. Because once that dog becomes mature, it will change. Hits the on and off switch. It will change as the dog understands who he or she is genetically. The dog will change. But guess what you did as a responsible band dog owner? You nurtured the off switch. So when it has its urges genetically, it has a conscience to know that, you know what, there's a time and a place for me to react the way I want to react. I don't like this around me, right? Right? Dog might think that. I don't like that around me. I don't like your energy. So I'm going to show you that I don't like it. I might growl at you. I might nip at you. Whatever, right? You know how dogs do, right? I might piss where you at because I don't like it. Versus, you know what? I'm not really feeling it, but you know what? I ain't got to react to you because it's not really a threat. You know what? Because you know why? Because my owner taught me that when I was young, coming up, that I ain't got to react even though I might want to. Dogs are smart like that. If you got a smart dog, some dogs are stupid as hell. But if you got a smart dog, because you do like how I do, how I cook my dogs up, frames, brains, and motors, a dog's going to understand how to use his own brain because you taught it. You taught it how to do that, and you put that in the genetics. It can think. It's a thinking dog. It can think on its own. Has self awareness. Like when I came down and my dog Nina, who tore up my tarp, getting out, jumping out her kennel, she knew I was going to, show her a little discipline. She knew she was in trouble. She knew it. She bowed down. She tried to run, but she couldn't, but she bowed down. Look, she could have reacted to me and tried to bite me. She has the ability to bite me. I put it in her. But she knew, oh man, daddy don't want to whoop me. Daddy don't want to hit me because he never hits me unless I do something wrong. Matter of fact, he don't even hit me even when I do anything wrong. He always warns me. But oh man, he's gonna get me. She took it like a champ. She didn't like it, but she wouldn't dare growl at me. She could do it though. She could do it. She has the ability. She could do some damage to me. I put it in her, but she wouldn't dare mentally. You know why? Because the whole time, her whole freaking young puppy life, all she's been receiving from me is love and affection. That's all she received from me is love and affection. So even when I'm mean to her, she knows at the end of the day she did something wrong. So even though her genetic ability is, I'm a man stopper. That's what you made me. I can bite you, Dad. You know what I'm saying? I can put some damage on you, Dad. I don't want you to put me in the corner. I'm afraid. I'm a bite. No, 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 no. That's not what her comprehension of what I was doing to her told her to do. She had to submit and take that L. She had to take that whooping. She had to take that discipline. She submitted to it. Now, watch this. Imagine if I was instigating her all the way up to now, doing the agitation work that we see so many of these dog people do with their dogs. Imagine how she would have responded to me as a threat. She would have growled at me. She would have did with everything I told her to do as a puppy with the agitation work. She would have did it to me because guess who's teaching her? I'm teaching her. I was rewarding her to be that way because I was teaching her that it was cool for me to it was cool for you to growl at me. It was cool for you to show your teeth. It was cool for you to bite me because I showed you that. I trained you to do it. See how much of a two-edged sword that is, y'all? See how much of a two-edged sword that is? One side of it, you think you're doing your dog a justice by teaching it it's cool to growl and be aggressive and bite. And the other side is when it's time for you to discipline them. And if they see that, you know what, I don't want to be disciplined, but you've been teaching them how to be that way by agitating them and showing them that it's okay and rewarding them that they decide to bite your ass when you try to discipline them. But then you want to kill the dog afterwards when it bites you. I can't believe this dog bit me. Well, hold on, man. You've been teaching that dog how to be an aggressive biter ever since it was a baby. And you've been rewarding it instead of the opposite. If the genetics is in the dogs, y'all, if y'all cook them up right, you ain't got to teach that dog to bite nothing. He'll bite because I don't have to teach my dogs to bite. I don't have to teach my dogs to bite. I don't have to agitate my dogs to growl and show his teeth. I don't. I don't. Me personally, I don't. I don't allow my dogs to bite me. I have all that equipment, all of it, the bite suit, all the types, the intermediate, the perfect, all the different arm sleeves. I got the whole equipment. I got all the shit, all the agitation, equipment. I mean, the bamboo thing where you hit them with the whip that makes the noise. I bought all that equipment. I've never used it. I don't allow my dogs to put their mouth on me unless they want to lick me. If my dog puts their mouth on me like they want to bite me, I do not allow that. I don't allow it. Me personally, I don't. This is just me speaking from my own field perspective. Whatever you want to do as a dog man, that's your choice. This is me. And the reason why I don't do that, okay? Now I got all the equipment because I was going to do that type of work. But like I said, me owning so many dogs, seeing so many personalities, I understood that I ain't even got to teach my dogs to do it. I have dogs that will bite just because they want to bite, like AK. For example, AK-47. That dog likes anything in his mouth. It'll bite anything and will do damage to anything it puts his mouth on. I don't have to teach it. When my dogs don't like something in a dog pack, like I said, I've seen them bite each other. I don't need to teach that. They figure that out. I don't know. I don't like it. We're gonna fight. We're gonna bite. And I see the damage that they put on each other. I see my dogs damage on bars and whatever, like whatever they want to bite on. I see the damage. I ain't gotta teach my dog. If your genetics is there, you ain't gotta teach it to do it. Real talk. Okay. Unless you doing it for sport, like Schutzin and those different type of, dog sports, that's different. You know what I mean? That's play. That's play. The dog is playing a game. Bite this, bite when I tell you do this, and bite when I say to bite. That's a game to a dog. We talked about that on previous episodes too. However, if you put the genetics in the dog to be able to subdue whatever it is, focused on when it comes to defending itself or you, it should do it at a high level whenever it's time. You don't have to teach it to do it. It should be a dog genetic instincts, like a wolf or whatever, right? Right? Like any, any prey animal, is an instincts that's there. But like I said, if I was doing that with my puppies out the gate, instigating agitation, doing a little bite sleeve and stuff, that's all cool. It's cool. And I let them bite me. And I'm playing the victim. My girl Nina, when it was time for me to discipline her, she would have checked me because she was afraid of what I was going to do with her. She cowered up. She was in that corner that we was talking about. She was running, trying to run from me because she knew it was time. And then she got in that corner because I cornered her and she was curled up. You could see it in her eyes, like she knew what time it was. She knew I was going to discipline her. She would have bit me. She would have growled at me. Y'all, hey, y'all who do that, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all who do all that agitation and that type of protection shit, y'all know what I'm talking about when you try to discipline them dogs. How they look at you like it was a game, like how you was playing those games when y'all was agitating them and trying to teach them how to do all that bite shit. How they look at you like, oh, it's game time. But in their mind, it's not a game. They treating you like how you've been training them. No. You ain't gonna grab me. Nope. You agitate me. I don't like it. I'm gonna growl. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite back. Nah, I can't have that, y'all. Me personally, I can't have that in any of my dogs, especially the dogs that I breed for that type of, abilities like the Bandogs. But I can only speak from my perspective, y'all. I can't speak for yours. You might like that. Again, that's your prerogative. I'm not knocking you. I can only speak for me and what I've experienced and what I have seen over my many, many, many years of dealing with multiple breed type of killing warrior, prey driven, man driven dogs. I can only speak from that perspective. From earlier on in my dog man years as a young dog man back in 96, 97 with my pit bulls, when I told y'all we used to let our dogs what we called hit. We will instigate them early as puppies and make them mean. And, you kind of pin your dog down. I'm sure y'all have done this before, but I'm speaking from my perspective. You pin your dog down, you agitate and make it mad. The dog want to fight you. You know what I mean? It's frustrated, so it gets mad. You make the little puppy do that. We start our puppies off early, making them frustrated, making them growl. Oh, that's cool. And then we would put them on each other and we put them face to face and we would agitate them together. And then they get all agitated and we let them go and they start fighting. And then they would get serious and it's, they would get kind of crazy. And then somebody, a dog get an advantage and there might be some blood, then we break them up. See? Agitation. Agitation 101. Okay. I've been a part of that when I was a young dog man, don't know nothing about dogs. I'm just, that's cool. It's cool. Our dogs is mean. That's cool. But let you have a dog, let you have a kennel accident and dogs is dead. Let that happen. Let your dog get loose and kill one of the neighbor's dogs. Let that happen. Okay. Let your dog chew through a fence and kill itself because, it chewed through the fence and whatever it ate got into their intestines and killed them. Let that happen. Okay. Let your family members come over your house and your dogs is trying to attack them. Let that happen. Let your dog see a child and think it's prey because it's small. Let that happen. See? Your perspective will change, y'all, about offensive driven dogs. Your perspective will change. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So, in closing, y'all, which one is better? You tell me. You want an offensive driven dog or offensive aggressive dog, right? Wants to attack, 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 attack. I don't like it. Attack. Who are you? Attack. You look like prey. Attack. You like that? You want to instigate those dogs and make them want to attack? You want to take a puppy who's, doesn't know shit and instigate it and make it attack early? Is that what you want? Because it's cool? Or do you want a dog who has comprehension, who thinks and says, hey, and like I said, to you, you might think the dog is scary. You might think the dog is scary, but the dog's thinking like, this ain't really a threat. But I'm not uncertain. I'm uncertain because if the energy around you, you want me to attack it. Which one is better? Defensive drive is better, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna answer the question for y'all. Defensive drive is better. Okay, and if you ever buy a dog from me, now that is your choice. Because once you pay for your dog, it's your dog, man. You do whatever you want to do with it. But at the same time, I'm going to give you the manual. I'm going to give you instructions on how to deal with my dogs because I know the potential I know when I make a Formula One level dog, if you don't monitor those computer analytics, it could be a disaster for you and your family with that type of dog. It could be a disaster. If you take that 200 plus mile an hour Formula One race car to the limit, and you're not paying attention to all the analytics and all the computers telling you about the limits that you pushing, you're going to blow that damn 200 plus mile an hour Formula One race car up. Now you just, wasted millions of dollars. You know how much them cars cost to build? Millions of dollars you just wasted. Now you just ruined a good dog. Because now, that dog got to go get put down because, that dog is unstable and shit. Now you want to kill the dog because you done been agitating it for so many moons, and now you want to discipline it. The dog's like, no, you ain't disciplining me. I'm not feeling what you're doing. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bite you. Okay. Now you like, oh man, this dog turned on me. No. The dog is doing what you taught it. You encourage that dog to be that way. Okay. Like, we got to be responsible, y'all, when it comes to these band dogs. I do not want, especially with all the work I'm putting in, with what I'm doing with my dogs, I do not want to do all this work and build a level of dog and, build up its popularity and, all the stuff I'm doing. And then it becomes a dog that's banned. I can't sell a dog out there in Europe because, banned dogs are banned. I can't sell a dog in Dubai because now banned dogs is banned. And, I don't want that to happen. I want to be able to have my stuff all over the world. I want people to be intrigued by the different breeds that I cook up in my band dogs and the ability of them. I want them to be intrigued, excited, and I want them to understand too that my dogs can be with your family. My dogs can be around your chicken and your little chihuahua and your whatever you got. My dogs can be around all them. Yes, they are killers, but they have an on-off switch. This is the owner's manual to this dog. I'm going to give it to you. I designed it. This is what you do to make sure that this dog is okay. Do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You follow these instructions, you will have a great companion, guardian. You have a great companion, stable companion, guardian. If you follow these instructions, now it's your dog. If you want to do what you want to do it. That's your choice. It's not on me. Don't blame me for that dog's actions because of you as its owner. Don't blame me when you take that Formula One race car route, that multi-million-dollar race car route, and you don't know how to drive it and you wreck it. Don't blame me because you did it. I gave you the instructions. You chose not to listen to the instructions that the engineer and the designer gave you. You don't have to encourage this dog to kill. You don't have to encourage this dog to bite. The dog will automatically, through its genetics, know that it can kill and can bite. You ain't got to do it. I put it in the genetics. You, as the owner, be a good leader. Be a good pack leader. Love it. Love it. Love the dog. Okay? Encourages goodness. Now, if you want to direct it to some type of work, let's say prey work, right? Let's say you in the woods with the dog and you're hunting whatever you're hunting in the woods, whatever it is, coyotes, whatever, hogs. You want to teach it and direct that energy towards that. See, that's training that you would have to apply to that dog. But at the same time, it's only understanding it's supposed to do that because you're training it to do that at that point in time. Other than that, it should still be a companion. Even though it just subdued a hog or killed coyotes, once it's done with that you've trained it to do, it should cut that energy off and still be that loving companion, even though it just, killed a, coyote or whatever, fucking that same day. Should come home and still, after you clean it off, all the blood and the residue off the dog, and it's normally a companion and loving on your kids and your wife. It should still do that. Even though it tasted blood off that coyote, when it comes around the little chihuahua, or it comes around if you got, whatever you got, whatever animals you got on your property that you've trained it should still understand that this is not the coyote I killed. This is, my buddy. Whatever, the pig or whatever you got on your property that the dog knows. It should know that. Even though it just had a good time killing something that it was bred to do, right? It was bred to be able to have prey drive. It killed it. Killed it, loved it, killed it, loved it. It just loved it. Oh, my dog did a great job. But then it comes home and it knows not to kill your chickens and shit. Even though it just tasted blood and it had a great time tasting that blood off that hog or whatever it did. Okay? So, man, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate you guys coming out this evening and, having an ear to hear. Like I said, I can only give y'all my perspective. And I have a lot of experience with dogs every day. Every day I'm learning with dogs. And I've been dealing with dogs for a very long time. And I have a lot of dogs that I learn from. I deal with 30 plus as of right now. Okay. So my experience is real. Okay. I don't know everything. However, I do know enough to give you guys a real life, real time, 2-day perspective on these type of dogs. I do know that much. I don't know everything, but I do know enough to where, what I'm telling y'all is real. It's not, it's not fabricated. Straight up. It's not speculated what I'm talking about. It's not somebody else's perspective what I'm telling y'all about. It's mine. It's real. It's live. It's the only thing I can give y'all. And I hope that y'all are paying attention as I'm speaking this to y'all. I'm hoping. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. I don't have to do it. I can keep all this information to myself. I don't have to waste time in the day, couple hours in my day that I'm busy, because as soon as I get done with this, I got more work to do. It don't stop with me. However, I feel that this is necessary. It's my duty as a dog man to give y'all the real. Because I have to learn on the job. Most people are going to tell you what you want to hear, not what it is. Okay? They'll entertain you about these dogs because that's what brings views, right? Entertainment. Okay? Being a dog man is not entertaining if y'all really are dog men. It's work, sacrifice, it's stress. Okay? It's money, it's time. That's what being a dog man is. Ain't no entertainment being a dog man. You think cleaning up piss and shit is entertaining? You think breaking up a dog fight? You think burying dogs? You think taking care of dogs, taking dogs to the vet? You think whelping dogs, all the shit, breeding dogs? You think you think that's fun and games? It's entertaining? Training dogs, you think that's entertaining? No, that's work. And that's what being a dog man truly is, y'all. And that's the only perspective I can give y'all. So, like I said, hopefully tonight y'all got something tonight about this drive thing. And, we're going to cook up again next week, next Thursday. So I hope you guys come out. Salute Frank. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for showing up, man. I really appreciate that, man. Much love and respect to you. Salute Jerry. Much love and respect to you. Thank you for coming out. RKBB, you already know what time it is, man. You know I love you, man. I appreciate you, man. Python Don, man. Salute to you, man. Much love and respect. Thank you for coming out. Tony, man, thank you for coming out, man. Salute to you. Live your life, dogs, man. Salute to you. Hey, I'm grateful for y'all, man. Like I said, y'all ain't got to come out, but y'all do. Either way, man, real talk. Either way, if there's nobody that shows up, I'm still gonna get the information because y'all can always hit the rewind button and listen anytime y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna make sure that I have these going because I think it's necessary for somebody to be able to get that real in the field knowledge. Not too many people are giving that, and that's something that I feel that is my requirement to do based off the level that I'm playing with these dogs. It's my requirement as the dog god to give back. And so, I'm gonna do my best to stay consistent, y'all. And so far, I've been consistent. You know what I mean? As far as here we are, 16 episodes. So, I'm gonna make time for you guys. If y'all are available, show up. It's good. It's good information. And if you apply in what I'm telling y'all, you'll understand that it works. You understand why they call me the coach. You know what I'm saying? My partners call me the coach because I really do give plays that work. Okay? In the field plays. This ain't no fake. Not fronting with y'all, man. I smell like in the field dog cologne. I smell like in the field dog shit and piss. I'm in the field with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm real with this. This ain't just, I'm just not just talking dogs because I'm some dog enthusiast. I'm a real dog man doing this. And I'm giving y'all real in the field plays. You feel me, y'all? So big salutes to y'all. Real talk, man. I appreciate everybody that shows up. Like I said, anybody who listens later on down the road, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what it's all about. You're gonna get some good information. And like I said, over time, y'all just gonna get more information. Real talk. As we go to episode 120, it'll just be even more information. The playbook is extensive. Real talk when you're dealing with these dogs. It's extensive. It's always progressing when you're dealing with dogs. So there's always something that y'all gonna be able to learn on these episodes that we doing with this Bandog talk. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about dogs all the way around, especially performance. Anything performance based with these dogs, we're gonna dig into, we're gonna dive into. And like I said, hopefully over time, from episode 1 to whatever, episode 1,000, we'll be able to progress with this Bandog thing. We all will be able to progress, and we'll be able to reflect back on when we started and be like, yo, can you believe we started from this and now we here? Can you believe very few people was into Bandogs? Now, everybody want to talk about Bandogs. Can you believe they was only making, $500 to $1,000 on a Bandog? Now, cats is getting $10,000 a Bandog. Can you believe? Like, that's the level that I'm playing on. And that's the journey that we on together. If y'all follow me, we'll be on that together. That same journey, we'll be able to reflect back and be like, yo, I remember the time. I remember the time. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, coach. You know what I'm saying? Put me on the game. Thanks for being consistent, coach. Thanks for being real. Thanks for not lying to kick it, coach. Thanks for not telling me what I want to hear, coach. Thanks for not entertaining me. Thanks for teaching me. That's where we're going to be at in the future. So just follow the journey, y'all. But if y'all ain't got no question, hey, salute. What's that? Young, ready. Salute, family. You know what I mean? Hopefully you caught the content today or tonight. However, man, hit the rewind button, man. We were talking some good talks. You know what I mean? We were talking that good talk. Gave some good knowledge, man. So before I go, let me see what Python Don said, man. He said, salute. We always prefer defense with dogs of this magnitude. Anything else is a liability these days. I mean, Python Don, that's what we was talking about. Liabilities. That's what we talking about. You don't want a band dog to be a liability because you're gonna pay for that straight up. So I love that. I love that. I love that. That's what we were talking about. And we definitely don't want no liabilities, especially coming from me. I know my dogs can do damage, y'all. I do not want my dogs to be a liability. It would hurt me to have my dog being put down if I sold you a dog and it became a liability where it killed somebody, it maimed a child, you know, it got, whatever. It did something where, animal control had to take it and it be put down. It would hurt me because I know that I bred them to be killers, right? I bred that dog to be able to kill. So I would hate for something that I put in your hands as my consumer, as my client, to have that unstable temperament to be a liability. Oh man, I would hate that, y'all. I would hate that. So please pay attention to what we be talking about on these podcasts, y'all. Whether it comes from me or you get a dog from somebody else or you created a dog, please pay attention to what I'm talking about on this podcast. Because, see, like I said, a lot of people promote the rah, rah, rah with these dogs. They promote the aggression because that's what they feel that people want. They promote that, which is that. Remember, like I told y'all, that's your prerogative. That's how you operate. I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking what you do. However, there is a pro and a con to everything that we do in life as individuals. So just know when you promote a dog in that light, when that light becomes more dominant, that negative, I wouldn't say negative, but that aggressive light becomes more dominant and it becomes a negative and eventually, that's on you. That's not on me. Even though I do band dogs, you do band dogs. I don't promote my band dogs like you promote your band dogs. You promote the rah, rah, rah and the shish, boom, bah. I promote stability and love and nurturing and socializing. You know what I mean? I promote the off switch on my killers. You promote, the kill switch on your killers. There's the difference between me and some of those other band dog breeders. Okay. Because I know what my dogs can do. I ain't got to promote that. I know what they can do. I don't have to promote that. I can just tell you this dog is bred to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The dogs that I put in this genetic recipe is this, that, and the other. Based off of these dogs, mathematically and genetically, they should be able to do this, that, and the third. To get the most out of your dog, and I'm gonna close with this, to get the most out of your dog that you purchased from me, you need to love on that dog. Let that dog trust you and your family. That's how you get the most out of this killer that I sell you. Love on it. Don't agitate it. Don't instigate it. Don't put it in a corner. Don't make it mean. Love on it. When that dog understands that you care for it, and your wife and your kids love it, that dog will protect you with its life. Man's best friend. That's how I design my dogs. Love on it. You ain't got to do none of that other shit. None of that. You ain't got to get a sleeve, make it bite your sleeve. None of it with my dogs. Make my dog love you and your family and see what it do to protect you and yours. Watch what it does if it ever gets challenged. Watch the confidence exude from it because wants to please you and it wants to protect you, watch it lay its life down for you and your family. That's how I operate with my dogs. I just let my dogs look intimidating. You know how I do. You know what I'm saying? I post them up looking like killers. Because that's all they need to do. Look like you're going to kill somebody. I don't need you to kill nobody, though, because I don't want to get sued. Unless they cross the line, right? Right, y'all? Right? If they cross the line, hey, you crossed the line. But most 9 times out of 10, the coldest killer, if they know a dog is there and the dog is growling and serious, they know that dog can kill them. The coldest killer ain't fucking with that dog. Y'all know this. The coldest killer ain't trying to get bit. Why you think police use police dogs? Why you think they use those dogs? Because the coldest of the cold killers ain't trying to get bit by them dogs. See what I'm saying? So if your dog just stands his ground, shows a presence to any predator 9 times out of 10, won't even have to bite that predator. Matter of fact, the predator's going to leave you alone, man. They're going to see you another time when that dog's not around. You know, when that dog's not in the yard, when that dog's not in your house, that's when they're going to wait to go into your house. When they know that dog's not there. You know how it goes. That's all that we need our band dogs to do when it comes to personal and family protection. Defense. Stand your ground. Don't attack. Defend. Stand. Defend. Posture. Don't attack. They don't want none. They don't want you to bite them. They're going to think twice, think 3 times, 4 times. All right, man. All right, man. Your dog's, I'm not going to that house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not messing with you. I'm not going on your property. I see that dog pacing, running across the fence, pacing it. I'm not going in there. That bear, you know what I'm saying? Man, there's some dogs over there. Them dogs ain't playing. I'll go to the other house. I'm not going over there to that house. So, again, big salutes, y'all. Big salutes. Tune in next week. You know what I'm saying? I'll have something else that I'm cooking up with. You know what I'm saying? I'll have something else cooking that's interesting. But like I said, hit that rewind button. Yeah, you got to hit that rewind button. Good content, man. And like I said, all of them from episode 1 all the way up. You know, good content, man. Good information. So appreciate y'all. Salute. Thank y'all for coming out. You know, until next time. You know, coach still got to get back to work. I got more work to do after this, man. But until next time, man. Until next Thursday, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.